Being a songwriter in Nashville, you get all kinds of calls, and I'm used to the people calling me to write a country song, but when I got the call asking if I wanted to work with Avicii, I was like, yeah, amazing. I had never worked with, I guess, a DJ, and not only a DJ, but world-renowned. So I got to do that day with Casey Musgraves, who I've known forever, and I think I was like the third wheel on that right. You know, you had the two superstars and then the normal dude. But like new rights, you just never know how they're gonna go. And I got in there and he couldn't have been more welcoming and just warm. And honestly, it was very similar to just a normal Nashville songwriting session. So sat down, started with the guitars, and then he started doing his thing.
But I think this melody is so strong.
And so literally that's the whole song. He put it in and put a kick drum, so it was just a... Then he came up with the, it's kind of a little bit based off the melody, but like the kind of the melodic hook, and he played it on the piano. You know, that kind of turns into the musical hook of the whole song. And so I feel like this song was one of those, it was like a perfect combo of all three writers in the room, like Casey doing her thing lyrically, me helping a little bit musically, a little bit lyrically, kind of that in between, and then him just bringing that music home. And yeah, it was a really cool experience. So I got a call from Rusty Gaston at Sony Publishing talking about the potential of this song being released, and Elle King had agreed to sing it. The cool thing about her was you could tell she'd listened to the song a lot, and she'd listened to Casey's demo, but I was just like, just do your thing, make it your thing. Obviously not changing the melodies because I know how important those were to Tim, but make it your thing, and she crushed it.
I jumped at the fact that I could be in any way a part of an Avicii song. And the fact that like he had already remixed one of my songs and he had already worked with my voice, so it makes me feel like it's not just out of left field that I got to sing on this song. I was honored that he wanted to do anything with my music. And so for me to get to be a part of this really makes me feel proud, and I hope that I honor him in a good way.
Take my hand, let's run. I'll bring my arrows, you bring your gun. Climb up smoke, I don't know where, but I wanna go.
She didn't sing it that much because she didn't have to. She knew the song. And so I got to be in there really just enjoying, like, it was kind of like giving this song a brand new life. And Carl Falk, who was really good buddies with Tim, who's a great producer, who I worked with years ago, he really took on the role of helping finish it out because they knew each other so well that he knew how Tim would want to see it through. And so I heard what he did on it, and I don't think it was a whole lot more, but just other than like mixing and getting things to sound good.
When I heard this song and how well it's written, I always say that like it's another proof of Tim being the composer, the songwriter, genius that he's always gonna be, and this song showcases that, and that to me is a reason for it to be released into the world. In our relation, that was also my job, to help him finish stuff, and because he was like, he was working on something, and then he would send it to me, and I would send something back, and then he was already off to the next song, and so in his mind, his creative mind, he was always working on new ideas, and sometimes forgetting that for something to be released, it has to be finished. So that was my job and in the past, and I guess it was my job this time as well. It's sensitive. It's really sensitive to finish something when it comes to Tim. I was sitting there for a while, thinking about like, okay, so what do I do with this? I have a folder. I still have a folder of all the sounds that Tim had, like all the sounds that was its signature go-to sounds. Even a sound like such a simple little sound, but the way the whole song starts, it's one of those signature sounds. Or blends really well with those like organic instruments that are in there as well. There were no rules of how to blend electronic music with organic music, organic instruments. To me, it was a bit like a celebration almost. All of these sounds in a folder somewhere, and you save it for moments like this. And also, let's not forget the vocals, because that always played a big part in Tim's music. That like the character and the delivery of the vocal, it just shows how good the song is without any production.
I bring my arrows, you bring your gun. Cloud of smoke, I don't know where
I like the thought
I wanna go.
of the nod of this song, of how he's no longer here with us in the form that we may know or see, but he's still giving us these wonderful pieces of art and creations that are a piece of him. So he lives on through that.
I'm just honored that I get to be a part of any of this, you know. To have a song with Tim was like so powerful, and now the thought of that it's actually going to get released to the world, you know, made me sad to just think that he's not here to see this. But I honestly think he'd be really happy with the way it turned out. I know he loved it the day we wrote it, and I honestly think even having Elle sing on there, it just kind of gave it this whole new dimension.